What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the DimesOnly podcast with your co-host, George. I'm excited to be back. This is a new episode. We're going to bring back more football, a lot more football. It was an exciting week.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
really excited.
Yep, very fun and entertaining week 2 that was on schedule, and it didn't disappoint at all, man. It was very fun, very exciting. Every game was, for the most part, every game was rocking and rolling. Let's see. But before we get into football, George brought up that I was going to say a story.
Last week we had a story that Buddy couldn't get off. We ran out of time, but we saved it for today, and he's going to give it to us today.
Yeah, so anyways, real quick before we get into the meat of things, I went to San Diego last weekend with my girlfriend, and we went down there for a Dodger game. Dodgers, of course, beat the Padres' ass. And after the game, we're out in Gaslamp, and we were out walking around trying to figure out where to go next. And we hit up this little spot. Honestly, I wasn't even sure what it's called. But there was no line because it was packed everywhere. So we're like, oh, we should try it out. Yeah, let's go. So the bouncer checks our IDs. We go inside. And playing Bad Bunny. The music's good, it's like whatever. And then I go straight to the bar because I wanted a drink. And me and my girlfriend are there. This chick taps me. And I look at her, and she tells me, "Hey, be careful with that guy right there to your left, because he's kind of being like obnoxious and kind of grabbing people." I was like, "Oh shit, okay, well yeah, thanks for letting me know." And my girlfriend was right next to him, so I put her to my right side, a little bit farther from him, and he's right there talking to another chick, just casually, hitting on her, right? And then to my right, I see another guy, and he grabs this chick kind of like sexually, but physical too. Like he grabs her face like that, like crazy, like all sexual and lovable or whatever. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, this guy's on one end. You could tell he's drunk. Right? So I'm still waiting to order my drink, and then maybe like 2 minutes pass. The guy, the second guy, the one who was touching, that person on whatever, I look back, this dude's on the ground on all fours like a dog. Yes, dude. And the chick who tapped me was telling that guy, "Get the fuck out of here, you're fucking disgusting, blah, blah, blah." And I guess the group she was with, another guy was following him, was like on top of him, punching him. And like boom, on the side of the head, dude. And this guy was doing nothing to protect himself, just on all fours, right? It's like, "Get out of here, you disgusting bastard," the chick was saying. Eventually the dude got up after taking multiple hits to the head and was escorted out of the place. I guess supposedly, because my girlfriend had seen it, that guy went up to that chick's guy friend and just touched him. And I think was just embracing him, and they don't even know each other. And the dude backed up, and he was like, "Hey, dude, what the fuck, man?" So that's when he just punched him straight in the face, and that's when I seen him down on all fours. I'm like, what the hell's going on? After that, I didn't even order my drink. I was like, okay, no, fuck this. I'm gonna just get the fuck out of here.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know, dude. But I guess supposedly too, he was also groping chicks too.
Bro, actually,
yeah, it was crazy.
That's happened multiple times. Well, when we went to when did we go to 28 West? Remember, there's a chick.
Oh yeah.
There's a chick and the guy. All right, so when we went to 28 West, there's a chick next to us, like she was dancing or whatever. But next to her was a guy, and then he was getting all close to her or whatever.
Right, yeah, that's right.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
So he's dancing, right? And like I guess he wants to dance with her, and she's already looks disgusted or like doesn't want to. And then he starts getting like closer and closer, and then she starts going back. And then she was walking back where she not hit me, but like she bumped into me. And then he was just getting closer and closer, and then I kind of stepped in, and me and Ashley, one of our friends, we asked her like, if you're okay, like, do you want to move like on the side of us, like to the other side where we would block the guy. And she was like, no, I'm fine. Until the guy like finally left, but he kept like getting closer and closer and closer.
Right.
But I guess he never got the hint that she didn't want to talk to him or anything.
Oh man.
And then another time we went out last week with David, we actually
there's
went to
something
Pasadena.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, me, David, and Vlad, three of us. We were the Iztapa, the club already had closed, so we walked out, right? And we were just walking, and we see two guys arguing. So keep in mind, like, let's say, I don't know if they could see this, but it's let's say a buddy, and then me, and then a guy like next to me, but pretend we're all facing each other. So let's say I'm facing Buddy like this, but there's a guy here. This guy's arguing with this guy, and then this guy in the back goes boom, boom, two clips him twice, and the guy just ate him up. Like boom, boom. He didn't get knocked out, and he just ate him up.
The dude didn't even try to defend himself, or
no, like it was unexpected.
Wow.
They were kind of cheap shots, and then he tried to go at him, but then the bouncers came, and after that, another club down the street, they had closed down the street.
All right.
I don't know if Vlad told you that. I think supposedly there were fights, and then that someone hit a cop. So they had closed down the street. Yep. They had closed down the whole street, and like they lined up a bunch of cops. Crazy. They just pulled in hot, and then it was like crazy.
Yeah,
I saw a girl get arrested and everything. Yeah.
Oh, bro. Did you see why she got arrested?
No, I just seen her. They were taking her out, and she was in handcuffs, and then they put her towards the cop car. Like,
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, too, in SD, when after that, when we left that club or bar or whatever, there was about 5 cop cars at one block. Because I guess something had happened. I was gonna go up to the cop and ask him, hey, what happened? But I knew he wasn't gonna answer me, so I was like, I didn't even bother. But I knew something big happened.
I just know people gotta control their liquor, because even when they close down the block, they're still like,
some stuff happens outside.
Goofies was right there close to the cop, like recording, and I swear, the cop like, get out of here, go home, or whatever. You're just recording up, like, bro, like, go home.
Yeah, like with dudes, what I've noticed with dudes, if they don't pick up a chick, and especially if they're already, an aggressive type with liquor in their system, then they're gonna try to choose a fight.
Yeah,
at least that's what I noticed. Yeah, especially like if someone took their chick, or not their chick, but like the chick they were dancing with or whatever. That's why I believe that's most of guys fight, especially into that kind of setting.
That was crazy. That when I saw him get clipped, I was like, what the? I was like, and then I just stood there. I was like, are they gonna fight? Yeah. But then the bouncers came and like split it up.
Oh man. Well,
I just had to bring it up because
sure,
I forgot that happened, and I was like, oh, it would have been nice,
Oh, man.
Finally.
Yeah. Moving on to the NFL, Week 2 was a crazy one, man. Your Pittsburgh Steelers fell short.
I think I called
the
offense.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
we only had one touchdown, right, and then 1 2-point conversion,
and that happened in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter,
right,
and in the start of the half, like the first quarter, second quarter, we didn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we didn't.
Yeah, he didn't score. What was the score at halftime?
And I called a low scoring game too. He reminded me today that I had called a low score. I didn't even remember I called the low scoring game, but he called it.
I think you called it maybe a little bit too low. You called it 7-3, but I mean, what final score was 17-14.
Not I think I said 10-3 or something.
I think he said 10-3, 10-6, something like that. Yeah, that was. But I think even though that was a defensive game, and like I said, your offense didn't really do anything, it was entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like even though he is a defensive player, he's very valuable at J.J. Watt. T.J. Watt. My bad. T.J. Watt would have at least maybe caused a forced fumble, maybe switch things, but.
And then at that, he rushes, so it's like puts pressure on the quarterback to release it quick or like throw a bad pass or whatever. The game I didn't watch, but I know people were saying it was boring, was the Bucs Saints.
Oh yeah, Bucs Saints was another defensive slugfest as well.
I didn't watch it, but I know it'd be hard to watch.
But one crazy thing that happened there was a fight between Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans.
I saw it after.
Yeah, so. on social media, right?
Yeah, because I didn't have the channel. Like, you could stream it, but I mean, I was watching the games on the TV. Which one was I watching? I think I was watching the Steelers one.
Yeah, because that was almost on CBS, right? Yeah, but going back to the Bucs and Saints, Tom Brady, I think he was arguing a flag or a non-call flag. And Marshawn Lattimore was there. I think Marshawn Lattimore said something to Tom Brady. And that's when I believe Lenny and Mike Evans stepped in. And Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore already have some beef as well. They fought, I think, maybe about 5 years ago on the field as well, obviously.
On some, Johnson and...
Oh, Andre Johnson and what's that corner's name? I forgot his name.
I
But
a long time ago. Or
no, that one was an actual fight.
Or Talib. What is it?
Talib. I don't know.
The guy who snatched the chain. Remember?
Oh,
what's his name? I forget.
Yeah. Akeem Talib.
Talib.
Yeah.
Yeah. Talib.
Akeem Talib and Michael Crabtree. Yeah.
He grabbed his shit.
You remember that. Good shit. No, yeah. So they've been having that type of beef.
Then he having like some crazy fight. Well, not lately, but like that one fight that Johnson won. The Texans. I remember his Texans.
Yeah, that was years ago.
Yeah. That was crazy.
But Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore.
OBJ too.
And there was
OBJ too got into it one time. I don't remember with who though.
Yeah, and there was a pretty big scuffle. Cameron Jordan got into it too. So, that was probably the most entertaining thing that happened in that game. And moving on to the Rams, they got the first win against the Falcons, who almost busted an Atlanta Falcons. They were up 28-3, and they almost blew it. What was it?
Jalen Ramsey with the late game interception.
Yeah, late game interception. But the Rams allowed 17 points in the fourth quarter, so not exactly the type of recipe you want. But it is any given Sunday.
They've been looking bad defensively lately, right? I haven't been watching the game.
No, I mean their O-line was a lot better today. You could maybe just point that because it was Atlanta Falcons, but just the turnovers really. We had 3 turnovers. The Falcons ended up having 3 turnovers as well, but the 3 turnovers were really costly for the Rams, and also the Falcons had a block punt late in the fourth quarter too, so that had a lot to do with the score being closer than it was. Final score there was 31-27.
That Cowboys game, like they surprised me with the new quarterback.
Yeah, Cooper Rush did enough to earn the win, 19 for 31, 235 yards and 1 tutty, so he didn't lose you the game. He didn't win you the game, but he did enough there, man. That was crazy.
Against a Bengals team.
Yeah, Bengals almost caught up in that game too. That was
Chase disappointed me.
That was
at least for my fantasy team.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 8 points. I mean, but I didn't need those points.
Yeah, we'll get to that one after. But what we called the game of the week, Chargers and Chiefs, definitely lived up to the hype. I don't know if you were able to catch it.
I checked the highlights. I was at work. Unfortunately, I can't watch any Thursday games just because I work. But let me tell you something. We got only one right from our predictions last week.
Which was the Rams one.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got the Chiefs wrong.
The Saints wrong.
Patriots wrong. Steelers wrong.
One more.
Tonight, Vikings and Eagles. Yeah, we picked.
Eagles are dogs, Vikings. Bro. Jalen Hurts is a dog.
Yeah. Going back to this Thursday night game, though, I want to give out a quick little stat if you guys have not seen that. But before the pick six that Justin Herbert threw, that was returned 99 yards. At that moment, before this pick six, the Chargers were at about a 77% chance to win the game. Pick six happened, I think, in the third quarter. Once that pick six happened, it was a 180. After that, the Chiefs were favored to win that game. It went up to 81%. So you could say that pick six was really the end-all be-all for the LA Chargers. And really after that, I think just all momentum really wasn't there for the Chargers. And, of course, Herbie went down with an injury. It is at day-to-day right now. So hopefully he could get back on the field these couple extra
days. They need him.
Out. Oh, yeah. No, definitely. He is their player. He is the franchise for the LA Chargers. And like I mentioned last episode, he is my favorite quarterback in the league. So I think that game definitely lived up to the hype right there.
Also, Patrick Mahomes has not missed a step. He's still at it. I don't know. He's having a good season so far. So is Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a dog, too.
Oh my God, yeah. But, before we get to Josh Allen in today's game, yes, Patrick Mahomes, I think he is the best quarterback in the league until proven otherwise.
Yeah?
Well,
it's early. It's early.
No, yeah, it's early. It is, obviously things could happen throughout the season, but going into this season, I felt like he was the best quarterback, and I think
he's living.
Josh Allen is making a debate for himself.
He's like on his tail.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. Yes, he is on his tail. Patrick Mahomes, I think this showed that he could do it in multiple facets. Last week against the Cardinals, he put up 44 points. Obviously, we had them both as our best performer of the week. And then this week, it was a little bit of a slugfest. And, he ended up putting out the win there, too,
Yep.
Didn't have the most yards, but...
41 points. 41?
Fantasy-wise?
No. Score, 41-7.
Last week, 44 points.
No, I'm talking about the score today, like the Bills.
Oh, yeah, Bills today.
41-7?
Bills today, yeah. Bills completely smoked the Titans 41-7. 4 total touchdowns, 317 yards, 26 for 38 passing. Three of those four touchdowns to Mr. Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs is a dog too.
Who, like you mentioned last week, he could be having a breakout year.
Honestly, so everyone is like, oh, Justin Jefferson's gonna be the best receiver in the league.
I said that.
We both.
I still stand by it.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's Diggs.
That's true, man. Yeah.
Only because Diggs has a better quarterback. Yeah.
Because
think about
Sorry, I was trying to think of who the quarterback was.
Because Kirk Cousins, did you see him today? Cousins. I think he had 3 picks.
He did have 3 picks.
3 picks.
Yeah.
Forced 2 to Justin. Both picks were on Justin Jefferson's target, I think.
You know what they say about Kirk Cousins, though? He is not a PTP primetime player. When the lights turn the brightest, he tends to shut out. And that's what we see in 27 for 46, 20 to 21 yards, 1 tutty, 3 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 17.5.
Yeah.
Numbers, guys. That is not.
That's why I'm saying I think Stephon will be just better overall. Just because he has a QB to set him up.
Yeah.
Not like Kirk Cousins. And everyone was saying Kirk Cousins was going to have a breakout season too, but so far, only that first game.
Talk about an overreaction right here,
ladies
and gentlemen. Hey, but that's our job, right? That's what we do. We overreact. But yeah, Diggs could definitely is definitely up there for the best receiver in the game, and he's proving it why these past 2 games he's been balling out.
So right now you have Cup, Jefferson, and Diggs at the top right now.
Top 3 wide receivers. Yeah. I would right now off the top of my head, I would say probably not in that order.
No, not in that order.
But but definitely the ones you just shot out. I would can't go wrong with that. Giants 2-0, man. Gutty.
They haven't had this season.
Win.
They haven't started 2-0. I don't even think they started a season 1-0 in a while.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
And now it'll be 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. That's
who did they play last week?
Titans who got their ass kicked tonight
They played the Panthers.
They played the Panthers.
We haven't seen them play a solid team.
Hey man, 2-0 is 2-0. You gotta take it where you can.
I give it to them. And they have Saquon back.
Yeah, Saquon, baby, my RB1. You already know we're going to get to that later.
Yeah, I want to.
And the Colts just continue to struggle in Jacksonville. 24-0. Jags pull out the win. They are 1-1.
The Colts are disappointing me because I call them to win the division.
We both did.
Man.
Yeah. Things are not looking good on that front.
The Packers still look good. Aaron Jones ball. Detroit Lions are surprising me, honestly. Because think about it. They did lose last week. Wait. They did lose last week, but hear me out. They lost to an Eagles team that blew out the Vikings. A good Eagles team. They lost to them, what? I don't remember the score. 35-27?
It was close. It was a close game.
35-27.
I
believe that was the score. And they beat the Commanders. Was it a close game? No, was it?
The Commanders were making a push, but Lions ultimately,
But I think the Lions are not up there, but I mean, obviously.
Lions are not as bad as people think, man. They're not as bad as people think. Jared Goff.
Their run defense, I can see improve.
Yeah,
well, maybe Commander just don't have an RB.
They got the number 2 pick in Aiden Hutchinson.
Michigan boy.
Michigan Wolverine, and he's a stud, man. He's a stud. DeAndre Swift is a stud too. Jared Goff is good enough. We've seen that with the Rams and
what about
no. Our boy. He's only your boy because you have him in fantasy.
No, but he's my boy. I target him. You want another real reason why I got him? You want another real reason?
Why?
Because I had never heard of this guy, to be honest.
I'm not surprised.
I started watching Hard Knocks, right?
Oh, right.
And I was just watching. Bro, if you watch that show is really good. you could just see the grind they were putting into that. And I was like, hey, I just had a feeling he'll be wide receiver number 1 for that team. Target number 1. He was going in to his second season.
His second year, yep.
And the last few games he had last season, I think he was targeted a lot. So I knew he coming in, he was going to be the wide receiver 1. And it looks like that's his favorite end zone target.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Yeah, things are definitely looking up for the Lions. Promising future. We'll see about that. And I already knew about Amon-Ra St. Brown because
that's my boy though. Now that's my boy.
He's that SC boy, dog. I'm not just being biased, but them USC boys know how to produce wide receivers. Wide receiver, don't at me on that. And let's see what. Oh my God! Yeah, the Dolphins. The Dolphins with three major comebacks. The Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the Jets. Jets.
I seen that.
Crazy. Nick Chubb had the chance to just end it.
Yeah.
But instead, he went in for the tutty. About 1:30 left, and the Jets just scored a tutty real quick. Onside kick was successful, and
let me tell you something there.
Getting the win right there, man. That was crazy.
A lot of people were saying Chubby could have ended it, Chubby this, Chubby that. But think about it. He scored. He made the lead longer. That was just on his defense, to be honest, and the special team who didn't recover that.
You could say that now.
I feel like because
in the grand scheme of things, you have to go down.
Yeah, but
I think the Jets didn't have any timeouts. So if you would have went down there, it was 1:30 left or something like that. Yeah, I think 1:30.
You just had to run.
And just ran out the clock.
But I mean, it was good for fantasy owners.
Right, that touchdown for Nick Chubb.
Whoever needed that.
Yeah, but that Dolphin one was crazy. They ended up scoring 28 points in the fourth quarter.
Tua 6 touchdowns.
Tua Tagovailoa just went off. We're going to get to that in a minute. Broncos and Russell Wilson did not look good. They edged out the win, but...
You think he's washed?
14 for 31. So,
honestly,
that was ugly.
He ended up bad with the Seahawks, too, to end the season last year.
He missed a handful of games
No, he did, but I'm saying when he came back,
yeah,
he kind of did bad. I was keeping up with them because I had Metcalf, and he did not perform.
Well, I think the Seahawks in general, they didn't perform.
And now, I mean, we could say that Wilson's kind of washed. Well, we don't know yet, but
that's a bold statement. Right
it's only 2 games, but these last 2 games were pretty bad.
It is only 2 games. They have a combined 32 points.
Yeah, but I'm not okay. I'm not saying it. I'm overreacting 2 games, but we'll see how it keeps going.
No. I mean, no. It's fine. You could definitely say that.
Yeah. How long is Judy out for? I don't know, but
we don't know yet. We have not gotten.
But that's good.
On that yet.
I mean, I don't wish on anyone's injury, like downfall or anything, but I have Sutton, so that's more targets for him.
No, yeah, but what I was gonna say about the Broncos, they hired former offensive coordinator from the Packers, Nathaniel Hackett, who was supposed to be an offensive guru, offensive minded, and in their first 2 games, they have a combined 32 points, putting them at a 16-point average. 16 points first game, 16 points on the second game. So you gotta wonder, is he the guy who they thought they were hiring? Is it Russell Wilson? Is it, what is it right now? Because, the Denver offense has not been looking very good.
What about the Raiders, too, choking? I want to talk about that one.
Yeah, Raiders completely choked.
I saw a play where Kyler Murray had a 2-point conversion. And that play lasted 20 seconds.
It lasted about 20 seconds. Yeah.
No way the Raiders defense let that.
Did you see it?
I saw the highlights. I was eating because it was my little bro's birthday. So.
Oh, yeah.
I have a funny story about that, but I'll save it for next week.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, but going back to Kyler Murray, they had a clock on him. He was moving around. He moved, I think, about 86 yards total from all that.
20 seconds.
The time was about 20 plus seconds. And yeah, that was crazy. And that was for 2 points to bring it to 23-15. And then he ultimately ended up tying the game to send it into overtime. And Isaiah Simmons, defensive player for the Cardinals, ended up pretty much sealing the deal. Hit Hunter Renfrow, who was a beautiful legal hit right there. And number 7 from the Cardinals, don't know his name, but he ended up taking it to the house. and ended up sealing the deal there. Raiders
That-
we're up 20-0 too.
Hey,
So-
that Devontae pickup kind of hurt Renfro a lot. I've noticed.
Yeah. Well, for
I didn't know it was gonna
fantasy,
hurt him a lot though,
Right.
but it did hurt him a lot.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that was a little.
Okay.
Yeah, we try to get in some little
Yeah.
pointing games.
We missed the Packers, but that was like boring.
Nah, that was a yawn fest unless you
Yeah,
are
it was boring.
Unless
Unless
you-
you had Aaron Jones on your fantasy too,
unless you are a Aaron Jones fantasy owner. That's right.
or a cheesehead.
Yeah, or a cheesehead. And speaking of that, moving on to fantasy, how did you do this week?
Oh my God, I was the underdog. Everyone said that I was gonna lose or thought I was gonna.
Oh my God! Please don't start.
Buddy.
Please
Okay,
don't start.
Steven's my biggest hater, bruh.
Don't start, bro.
He said Eli would. Everyone. Well, he thought Eli was gonna beat me by a landslide. My opponent. I scored the most fantasy points this week, 143. And I gotta thank my boy Amon-Ra St. Brown, who had 34 fantasy points, and he carried me because Chase didn't ball at all. He had 8 points. Stafford had good amount of points,
Did
22.
okay, right?
But I'm excited that I just need Najee to step it up. But other than that, I'm so excited. I'm texting chat all the time. Sometimes I'm bored at work. I just say some random stuff just to get the chat going. I love it, man. It's fun.
Yeah, this week I managed to pull out the victory. I don't know how I did it. I was I ended up winning obviously, but the score going into Monday, I was up 87.5. My opponent, I was up by about 17 points. Keep in mind, he had Justin Jefferson and Jake Elliott, the two players left on his bench. Well, on his roster, on his starting staff. And Justin Jefferson ended up winning the bet. Well, you could probably point that to Kirk Cousins, right?
Cardio.
And Jake Elliott only scored 6 points. So I ended up winning 87.8 to 85.7, edged out the win there.
That was the lowest scoring game.
Yeah, that was a low scoring game. Our players did not put up the numbers we wanted them to. Joe Burrow, who is my QB1, has not been looking good. Bengals in general have not been looking good. Saquon did not put in the results that I expected him to do. Fournette, obviously, with that Saints and Bucs game, very low scoring game. So, and then Dalton showed he could be out for some amount of time, only 0.80 for me. But hey, good enough to edge out the win. Any given Sunday, like they say, and
yeah,
you got to take it when you can,
Yeah, I'm excited. My team looking pretty nice right now.
Yeah,
hopefully they can keep it up.
All Barkley, no bite. I am currently the only undefeated.
Yeah, I'm 1-1.
Yeah. So another fun week of fantasy. We'll see what it is there, but let's move on to our best performer in week 2. Who you got for your best performer in week 2?
I think this was unanimous. I think you might have it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a no-brainer. I think Tua. You have him.
Why is he your best performer for the week?
6 touchdowns, 469 passing yards, 48 points in fantasy. 48 or 49?
49.55 points in fantasy.
Yeah. That should explain it, I think.
Okay.
Well, and he got the win.
Okay, well, I knew you were going to say
Jackson.
Tua, so that's why I brought up 3 other players.
Well, I had the honorable mentions. So.
This one kind of correlates because they did have Tua. Tyreek and Jalen Waddle balled out 30, 34, 35 respectively for them. And Aaron Jones, 15 rushing yards, 132 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 1 passing touchdown for a total of 30 points for the fantasy owners. Aaron Jones, Tyreek, and Jalen Waddle put in work. But obviously, it was obvious Tua Tagovailoa.
Well,
and fun fact for us, he was on the waiver wire in our league, Gridiron Gurus. Nobody started him. Nobody picked him up because why would you pick him up? You didn't expect anything like that.
No, you didn't. My honorable mentions for fantasy players of the week, I'm putting Hurts and I'm putting Diggs.
Hurts and Diggs, yes. And you could put Allen in there as well. Diggs, 3 tutties. Hurts,
3 tutties.
A passing touchdown, a running. Maybe he had
like 37, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, man. Jaden Jalen Hurts is the real deal. Another honorable mention I forgot to mention, he would have been my number one if he would have sealed out the win. That is Mr. Lamar Jackson, QB1, the best quarterback in the AFC North. 318 passing yards, 3 tutties, 1 rushing touchdown for a combined 48.80 fantasy points.
Let's see how Deshaun does when he comes back.
Yeah.
We'll see. He's gonna give him the run for his money.
Wait.
Oh, actually, we haven't seen.
Run for his money for what?
Well, you said best quarterback in his division.
He is the best quarterback.
Well, right now, yeah. Well, I want to see what's up with Deshaun, though.
I don't care.
He hasn't touched the football.
He's the best quarterback in the division.
I'm just kidding. He has not touched a football.
For you Lamar Jackson haters, he is QB1. He is a quarterback, and he is the best
he's a fantasy
quarterback
point defense
in the AFC North. You know who I'm talking to right now.
He's the best fantasy point getter for QB.
Yeah, for sure. For what?
For QB point.
QB, thank you.
Okay,
let's move on to
bad performance.
Yeah, what you got as a worst?
I couldn't decide, so I'm gonna decide now. So
it was kind of tough, right?
I had between Dalvin Cook and JT, and I chose JT. Oh, there was worse performance, but I'm saying from a caliber that JT, a player like JT should be. He had 9 rushing attempts, 54 yards, 6.80. Oh, I myself. 6.80 fantasy points, and he should at least get you at least like 15 or up.
Yeah. That's one that definitely had.
So I put JT only because he's getting you 15 plus,
and for most, and
he's not.
I think,
and he's number one pick. He was the number one pick. So that's why I'm saying JT had the best performance of the week.
Yeah. I'm right there with you with JT. I'm gonna mention a couple others because that was very disappointing by JT. Juju Smith-Schuster, 3 receptions, 10 yards for a total, I think about like 2 points or something like that. So that was
horrible.
That was pretty bad. And Patrick Mahomes has been spreading out the ball as well. You know,
Clyde
to Watson, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Travis Kelce, Hardman, maybe.
He was kind of up there for me too because he only had 10 points.
No, he had 7 actually. Kelce?
No, I think he had 10.
No, he had 7.
Oh, no, he's 7. I say 10 because I have him on my full PPR.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry.
I have 3.
Our scores are from our half PPR, so the scores that we're mentioning are half PPR. Sorry about that. And right here, Juju 2.5. Another one too. The tight end one for the Broncos, Albert. I'm not gonna say his last name because will totally butcher it. 0 points on 2.
The tight end.
Yeah.
I don't, because I didn't want to put him, but I didn't want to say.
It's always tough with tight ends too, you know.
I mean Waller for me, kind of.
Unless you have a legit tight end. Travis Kelce.
Speaking about tight end, I think you're gonna come up on him. You probably have him down.
Who?
I said speaking of tight ends, you know.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Kyle Pitts.
Oh
yeah, Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts was bad.
You didn't put him?
Okay.
I thought you were gonna bring him up.
No. I was, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna bring it up. But now since you brought it up, I'm gonna share my thoughts on Kyle Pitts real quick.
I'll pitch it. I'll chime in after.
People were praising him at his time in Florida. He ended up being the number 4 overall pick, I think, last year. And I don't get it with him. I don't get it. You could say he has the tools, you know, he has the repertoire and stuff like that, but I don't know if it's the quarterback he's been playing with. I don't know if he's just not getting the targets. He hasn't scored a touchdown in the United States of America. He has 1 touchdown, and that touchdown was in London.
When they were playing
it's like he's a big body guy. I'm pretty sure they could use him in the end zone, you know, for some targets. Like, I don't know what it is about this guy.
I think, okay, so the reason I think they're hyping him up is because he had the most consistent, like, as far as yardage and targets, I think. I don't know, but when I was looking into the fantasy draft, they kept bringing up his name. Like, I always heard Kyle Pitts. So I think they said he had the most consistent contribution, or I don't know.
Right, yeah.
But they were just
something
saying
along
he was
those
something along those lines.
Right.
But he was playing with Matt Ryan, and now you have Marcus Mariota.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Ryan has proven himself from time to time.
I mean,
although he did choke that.
Well, Matt Ryan's been complete ass, if we're being honest.
Lately,
yeah, that's how we could go by it. The 2 games.
Yeah.
He's been ass.
But Kyle Pitts kept coming up, and I was thinking of getting him. Thank God I didn't, because Waller has been giving me a decent number. He got me 14. I would say 14, 16 this past weekend. But, yeah, I don't know about Kyle Pitts.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because I do feel like he is the athlete that people were, getting all wet for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the offense that their coach is running.
No, I don't know, bro.
I don't know, dude. But
your boy Drake London. Wow.
I'm telling you. I am telling you. Excuse me.
That's why you wore it.
Wide receiver, Drake London. He is on my fantasy team. I got pissed because I was going to start him. I was going to start him at my flex. But I thought about him are my Rams going to do good? I overestimated my Rams defense, and I should have started Drake London. I should have won my heart. Drake London, them USC boys, wide receiver you. I'm telling you, dog. Yeah. He is starting week 3 for me. I'm telling you right now.
And for me, Amon-Ra was my flex. He moved up to my receiver number 2. Although right now, from number-wise, he's number 1 for me. He's my wide receiver number 1. But also, I was going to bring something up. Amon-Ra. Oh, yeah. Mark Andrews was scaring me because he was balling, but I also didn't
start. Who your opponent had?
Hey, yeah. I also messed up. I didn't start an IG, and I thought that was going to hurt me because I thought he was going to get limited touches, right? Because he had gotten hurt, and I did my research. I read the fantasy description. They said he was going to get limited touches, that mostly Warren was going to get the touches. I didn't start him, but I still bought. Those 11 points he got didn't hurt me. I won with the landslide, so I'm thankful for that.
You should be reacting like this because I'm going to give you guys a bit of advice. I said this off the air with George. I'm going to repeat it again. Your number 1 pick.
He wasn't my number 1 pick.
Whatever. Your top 2 pick should never be on your bench. I don't care if he's just coming off of an injury. You picked him number 2 for a reason. Never, for you fantasy owners, and yes, for you, never, ever, ever. If he's healthy and he's ready to go, I don't care what the report says, you start your top 2 picks regardless. Obviously, unless if they're injured and they are out for the game. They're healthy going into the game, you start them. That's it. You're lucky that did not affect you.
Nah, I wasn't lucky.
Yeah,
it would have been lucky if I won by a little bit, but I won by a lot.
No, I'm saying you're lucky that didn't affect you.
Yeah.
So that's my piece of advice for you boys and girls who play fantasy football.
So we added one more category to the fantasy. The surprising fantasy player of the week. You already know who I'm going to go with.
I don't actually.
I'm on Ross St. Brown. 34 points. No one expected that, especially because he's a Detroit Lions player.
If you've seen him the last 6 games of the season and then going into this season, you kind of expect him.
Not 34, though.
Okay.
2 tutties. That's all I gotta say. I thought we were just gonna skip through it and then.
Okay, no.
Oh, Drake London was a surprising one of the week too.
So, yeah. Drake London was.
I'm going surprising just because those are not guys you're not expecting to put a number.
Yeah, I was digging deep through this one. There were a lot of surprises. You could even put Tua Tagovailoa as a surprise too.
Oh yeah,
no one expected him to. Obviously,
no one did.
But I'm gonna be lazy here a little bit. Sorry, I shouldn't be. I drafted him. I think with my last pick. No. The Ohio State University's own wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, was a complete surprise. 26 points and half PPR, 14 targets, 8 receptions, 102 yards, and 2 tutties. He actually scored the last touchdown to seal the deal for his New York Jets.
Another guy. My bad. Curtis Samuel surprised me too.
Yeah. Curtis Samuel kind of did good in week 1, though. A little bit. Carson Wentz targeted him a bit there. I'm still pissed at Carson Wentz. Hobson, you know why. I'm going to say it anyway. He's not hitting Terry. And for fantasy.
Hey, Wentz had 34 points. He's had 34 points back-to-back.
With a slow start, too, against the Lions. He had a very slow start against the Lions. He had, I think, 0 halfway through maybe going into the second quarter. So
34 back-to-back. Even if they lose, I mean, we don't care about losses for the teams. Unless it's
our teams, right?
As long as you're putting up numbers in fantasy, I don't care.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
like Gibson saved me with that last-minute TD.
The garbage time sometimes, those garbage time points. I
love it.
I love them.
Love them.
You know, especially when you have a team that the guy on your team is down and they start chucking it. Mm-hmm. Well, in terms of a receiver or a quarterback, So
yeah,
Those are very good. That will conclude this episode of the Dimes Only podcast. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You already know we are on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify if you prefer that podcast style. Anything else you want to tell our fans, man?
Nah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to keep going every week. I am going to tell you guys a story about my little brother's birthday next week. So stay tuned for that. We want to go eat, and I'll tell you guys the rest. So stay tuned. Peace out. Thank you for the love and support. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. We're going to be dropping content every week. So that's all about it.
Yeah, you already know. Thank you guys. Peace.
Peace.